Um, I've just posted Mark Hammond. I always call him Mark Harmon, but the guy from Tainted Love, he's still going. He's over in London, I imagine. I just posted a Bronski Beat. I was trying to think of the lead singer from Bronski Beat. He's an incredible guy. Jimmy Somerville. I'm pretty sure that's the right guy. Not Savile. No, it's not Savile. Jimmy Savile's the horrible guy. Jimmy Somerville, I'm sure, is the lead singer of Bronski, but he's an amazing guy. I just posted the duet by him and Mark Hammond. I Feel Love. In terms of romance, a lot of people aren't comfortable. We don't embody. We're not comfortable with the whole pursuit of romance and the experience of that. I'm yet to experience that. I'm going to talk about that in terms of embodying ourselves, those parts of ourselves that we've not felt ready or able to, not felt safe in the world to, and no one deserves that. In terms of that, and part of that, by the way, is the emotional aspect of all that part of our lives, which is part of nature in terms of us being here. So anyone that is opposed to that in any aspect or form or expression of love is disgusting and needs to get the hell out of the way, because you got problems. So for the rest of us that haven't yet felt comfortable with that whole mingling and all that great divine stuff, get ready, guys. Get ready, people. It's time. Move over, get out of the way, everyone else. There's room for us all. So when anyone gets in the way of love, by the way, love is consensual, mutually consensual, like in all forms of love in relationships, not just sex. If we're not willing, that's okay. Make that known. Don't be horrible. Otherwise, you're an idiot. As I said, there's no need for that, so get out of the way. This is beautiful, long overdue for many people. Many people who have been and felt unseen and unheard in this world because of horrible people that are energy vampires, emotional vampires, some people call them, that put people down so they can build themselves up. They're pieces of crap. And we're not. So we're taking over, and I don't mean gay people or anyone. I'm talking about all of us, not just people who haven't been comfortable with that part of their lives, but because there's lots of people who are and have been that are beautiful, decent people, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's my tribe. That's a world I want to live in, and less with the bloody less of the horrible people. I was going to use certain words we use culturally in our society to refer to horrible people, and I shan't because I won't because I'm blushing. But yeah, horrible horrible people. There's all kinds of words we use for. There's all kinds of words we use to describe horrible people. Not really sure in a logical sense if I was on the spectrum, and I am actually, but if I was on the spectrum and trying to think rationally and logically, why we call abusive people parts of our body, I think I'd be trying to scratch my head thinking why. I think of Hannah Gadsby, she's in one of her routines. I saw her talk about being on the spectrum, and when she was a little girl, I think a comment a teacher made about that was a turn of phrase and a figure of speech, and Hannah was trying to think rationally, logically, because I believe she's on the spectrum, and trying to make sense of whatever it was, the turn of speech. I want to meet Hannah. I want to give her a hug. I do. I would love that. she's not a horrible person. I haven't met her, no. But yeah, she's not a horrible person. I am buzzing. I'm glowing. Not just for this reason, but for every reason. I will maintain my dignity. I was thinking of a reading from a Dharma, I think, one of my sources. I'm pretty sure it was a reading from a Dharma, or it might have been another source online today, a guide, speaking about... Oh, no, it was the lady, I forget her name, but over in Denmark. She's lovely. I haven't met her in person. And honest to goodness, she was talking about somebody, she was feeling, I could tell as I watched the reading, she was feeling like what I was feeling today, like that I'm stepping into my power, pulling back my power, claiming back my power, and not letting other people walk all over me on what they call energetic level. So it's often it's manipulation that we're not aware of, right, in terms of these horrible people. And that's what I've been doing, like not giving a crap about them, because we don't need to be afraid of horrible people. And excuse me. And as this lovely woman, and I don't know her name, as I said, she's just really sweet, over in Denmark, and she was giving this reading, and as she was talking about like this, she could feel it, and as I was sitting in my car early today, listening to this reading, in real time, as it often is for me when I get my readings all the time, I was glowing, I was buzzing with the energy of what she was talking about, and I knew what she was saying, that she could feel the energy. I knew it was true. And she mentioned something called the sacral chakra, and I think I think she was feeling what as I said, I'm going to maintain my dignity. The sacral chakra, excuse me, at a part just below the navel, for some for a reason, because there's always a reason for things. And she mentioned that's where we're very creative. And when she was talking about that sacral chakra area, that because if you're not familiar with the chakras, in Sanskrit's the language, but I don't know the history of it. But over in India, the part of the world, we know where India is. But yeah, I learned bits and pieces about the chakras last year: the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra. And these chakras can get blocked from trauma, and including the sacral chakra, and I'm pretty sure that's also called the root chakra. That's often that's where all of our creativity comes from. So when that's traumatized, we're not as fertile and creative. There's many things we can make with energy in the sacral chakra. Just watching the traffic go by. Make being an artist, like if my creativity is prolific and my buzzing, glowing, it'll enhance my career. I could use that energy, that creative energy, to make great art as a budding vocalist, and perhaps maybe this year I'll step out into that. Maybe it's a bit early, who knows. We can make lots of things. I like being creative. It'd be nice. From what I hear, kind of in a whole new, fresh new way. Kind of brand new life for me. Kind of looking forward to it finally. It's been a long time coming. Figuratively speaking. So. Sorry, I got a cracked lip. No, I have. I got a cracked lip. So yeah. As my throat chakra, there's frogs in my. I'm laughing. There's not a reason why. I'm not happy. I'm not joyful at all. No. Someone must have spiked my coffee. The lady that back there at the lovely sports bar, I think here in Maffra, she must have spiked my coffee. No, she didn't. Not at all. She's lovely. She but no. It's kind of really nice to finally I've been feeling I've been getting a lot of traction, a lot of success for quite a while now, and it hasn't shown up in many ways. It's at some point soon going to start to with a regular career in terms of all that stuff. And I can't wait, not just in terms of the money and what that's going to feel like and all this amazing stuff, but also how it's going to make the world better, and that's all about us, right? We're all here for a reason, and that's just I think I don't think that's not about doing stuff. That's about us. It's just about us. It's about being ourselves. And I think part of that in terms of each other, it's that mutual dignity. And I can't see without and my glasses have rain on. It's raining at it. There you go. I tried. I can't see through those. But, when I look at the screen without my glasses on, it's just my face is blurry. In terms of all the work I put in my life, particularly since the start of 2025 last year. It's very much starting to pay off, and I'm so happy. As I said, for me and for everyone, in due time, that when you know what I'm talking about in terms of what I'm going to get out there, it's going to be vast and almost endless. All the forms of creativity, and really what's important is the stuff inside that, the medicine, the message, and all of that, the messages and all of that. So all kinds of art forms, music, and it's just I just can't wait. I'm just really, really happy. So as I said, I've been living in this car for nearly 14 months. That's been a hoot, historic. That's I am so happy. In terms of getting results, I'm very happy. And every day gets better. My head. The sure road to success is the long road. It's not the quick and easy road. And I've cut no corners. I've passed every test, not perfectly, but I've passed every test. I know that. And that doesn't mean I've lived a perfect life in the last year at all. That would be rubbish. When people know my story, it's going to be a really good time for us to see what I've accomplished and how I've done that, the ways I've done that. It's going to make such a difference to so many people's lives. We're going to feel, and I know there's a lot of other people around the world in similar situations to me, that have done similar things. And it's get ready for some amazing inspiration, some amazing encouragement, and all kinds of benefits from this in terms of guidance, inspiration. Yeah, as I said, I'm repeating myself, but it's gonna give so many people so much reason to celebrate and to find hope if that's where you're at, and you need that to hope for whatever you haven't had that you've always deserved, whatever you've always wanted, and you might have felt like there was no hope for you. I'm going to leave this here. I really am so grateful. I'm in tears of joy. I'm really feeling so much gratitude. I've got to turn my light off actually. Hang on. I'm still light. There you go. I'm just like welling, like my whole soul, my abdomen, my chest I just feel so happy, so grateful. I know I'm not crying obviously, but I'm feeling just such immense bliss. I never used to like that word, but it's just so full of gratitude. For what I've accomplished, and what I'm now starting to experience, and what others are seeing, and particularly in relation for those who find joy out of that. So there's so much more I want to say, as always, and I know now's the time to stop. In terms of parts of ourselves that we've neglected or abandoned, and some of us, like me, it's always been that way, and we might not know that we've let go of parts of ourselves when we were little. I only learned a lot of that stuff last year. Huge parts of myself that I abandoned out of the necessity since I was a child, so to survive. So as I was saying, when we wake up and realise there's a lot of people are doing now that, oh, hang on, no, there's no reason why I need to allow myself to put up with second best. None of us do. Right? None of us do. There's the stories people when we do that, we have stories that go around inside us, like oh, I'm a woman, so I can't I have to take orders from the guys, my colleagues, even if it's not that noticeable, it's still there. That energy, that if it's inside people, it's still there. It just isn't expressed openly because we know these days that's not okay, so it's gone underground, but it's still there often, not always. And that's rubbish. That's bullshit. Utter bullshit. So guys, to us guys, if that's you, if you're in that boat, you need to check yourself, because if you're coming with us, you got to get rid of that shit. That's not negotiable. That's manipulation, control, and abuse. That's not going to happen. Deal with it, get rid of it, or get it out of the way. Similarly, stories. It's because I'm disabled that I can't have what I deserve. In terms of stories we tell ourselves that hold us back. If people treat you horribly, there's no reason for that. That's because they're abusive. It's not because for me, it's not because I'm a redhead or because I'm gay or because I'm anything, any part of us that's any part of our humanity. It got nothing to do with that. It's not, if I was just, had a disability, right? When, and I don't mean to categorize people, we're all human, right? But if people are abusing me, and seemingly because of those things, whether it's, if I have a disability or I'm a woman or any of those things, no, it's because they're abusive people. And they want us to think it's about us, and they depend on us blaming ourselves by saying, oh, it's because I'm a redhead, or I'm a woman that they walk all over me. No, they're abusive people. That's why they behave that way. It's not because you're a woman or disabled or Asian or redhead or wow, I can understand. Gotta laugh, right? No, it's not because of us. It's nothing to do with that. We all need to take ownership of, if we're in that boat of, consciously or otherwise. And the narcissists, by the way, they know they're doing that and they're not going to run up. So just pay no attention to them, right? Engage with them as we need to, but don't let them in. Like, create those boundaries around ourselves by learning, and just learning how to engage with them by not letting them in, because they will try. Don't let them walk all over you. You don't need their permission to do that. You're the one in charge of your life. So figure that out and learn why inside you, your heart and soul is saying, oh, of course I've got the power. So narcissism, and as I was saying, narcissists, like, they've chosen their lot in life. They're not going to change. The rest of us, if to get on board with where we're going, this better world, as I said, and it's not only guys, it's any of us, we need to get rid of that shit, because being manipulative is not going to work. Having power and control over other people, and relying on them to believe the lies that it's because I'm a guy, and if I depend on, if I'm being horrible to a woman and I want to get away with that, I would want her to think, I wouldn't say this openly because then the game would be upright, but how this works, when people do that, they don't own up to their shit, but they expect, because of conditioning, so lifelong conditioning, that women are easier prey to disrespect. So if you're a woman and you get treated like that, realize they're depending on, the horrible people are depending on you to believe that's because you're a woman. And it's not true. As I said, it's because abusive people are abusive regardless of their gender or anything. Abusive people are abusive because they choose to be abusive. It's not because of us. It's not because of being human. Whatever form and aspect and expression of humanity that any of us have. I'm going to wrap up. There you go. Thank you. This has been an interesting, very interesting and unusual, unexpected chat on my behalf. For me, I'm gonna play this back. I'm gonna watch this back and then post it. Take care, everyone. I'm not going to say God bless you, even though if you've been following me, I believe in God and all that shit. But I'm not going to say that just because I don't think I'm not hung up on just my own beliefs. I'm not hung up on shit like that. It's not about being right and correct and all that shit. But what I want to say something else. Because I always feel like when people mention that, and I have such a cringe about that, I always feel, I think culturally we're conditioned to expect the hidden agenda when people mention anything to do with that subject. And there often is, right? Often is, and that's manipulation and control and abuse. That's why I don't. I think if there's anything worth believing, I don't think whatever we call that. I don't think if it's all knowing, it couldn't give a crap what we. If it's worth believing in, it wouldn't give a crap. Wouldn't want us to be uncomfortable in that way, like to be afraid. So you wouldn't give a crap about being right in that sense. It doesn't mean anything. We mean something, right? So if that's worth believing in, and we mean something, well then that needs to honour what I just said, that we mean something, and that's why I believe in that. So that, bless you. That, there you go. whatever that is. If we believe in any of that, bless you. Take care. Thank you.